The Curtiss-Wright XP-55 Ascender, company designation CW-24, is a 1940s United States prototype fighter aircraft built by Curtiss-Wright. Along with the Vultee XP-54 and Northrop XP-56, it resulted from United States Army Air Corps Proposal R-40C issued on November 27, 1939 for aircraft with improved performance, armament, and pilot visibility over existing fighters. It specifically allowed for unconventional aircraft designs. An unusual design for its time, it had a canard configuration, a rear-mounted engine, swept wings, and two vertical tails. Because of its pusher design, it was satirically referred to as the Ascender. Like the XP-54, the Ascender was designed for the Pratt & Whitney X-1800 engine, but was redesigned after that engine project was cancelled. It was also the first Curtiss fighter aircraft to use tricycle landing gear. The first XP-55 was completed on July 13, 1943 with the same configuration as the final prototype CW-24B. The aircraft made its first flight on July 19, 1943 from the Army's Scott Field near the Curtiss-Wright plant in St. Louis, Missouri. The pilot was J. Harvey Gray, Curtiss test pilot. Testing revealed the takeoff run was excessively long. To solve this problem, the nose elevator size was increased and the aileron up trim was interconnected with the flap so it operated after the flaps were lowered. November 1943, test pilot Harvey Gray, flying the first XP-55, was testing the aircraft's stall performance at altitude. Suddenly, the XP-55 inverted into an uncontrolled descent. The pilot was unable to right the airplane, and it fell out of control for 16,000 feet before Gray was able to parachute to safety. The aircraft was destroyed. The second XP-55 was similar to the first, but with a slightly larger nose elevator, modified elevator tab systems, and a change from balance tabs to spring tabs on the ailerons. It flew for the first time on January 9, 1944. All flight tests were restricted so the stall zone was avoided. The third XP-55 flew for the first time on April 25, 1944. It was fitted with 4 machine guns, and incorporated some of the lessons from the loss of the first XP-55. Engineers discovered the aircraft's stall characteristics could be improved by the addition of 4-foot wingtip extensions, and by increasing the limits of the nose elevator travel. Between September 16 and October 2, 1944, the second XP-55, modified to the standards as the third aircraft, underwent official use-off flight trials. The performance of the XP-55 was inferior to conventional fighter aircraft. Sealing its fate, by 1944, jet-powered fighters were in development, that terminated development of the XP-55. The third prototype XP-55 was lost on May 27, 1945 during the closing day of the 7th War Bond Air Show at the Army Air Forces Fair at Wright Field in Dayton, Ohio. After a low-pass information with a Lockheed P-38 Lightning and a North American P-51 Mustang on each wing, its pilot, William C. Glasgow, attempted a slow roll, but lost altitude and crashed, sending flaming debris into occupied civilian ground vehicles on a highway near the airfield. The crash killed Glasgow and 4 civilians on the ground.